I actually think
this
that,
is.
I think that
even without the age, excuse me, but this you should care because even without the age issue with Biden, there's going to be the Genocide Joe protesters at the convention. This is a split in the party.
But he has a great deal of experience. He can talk to Hispanic voters in ways and communicate in ways that otherwise Trump and Burgum would have trouble doing. And he's a notable opponent against Kamala Harris in the debate. And there's no concern over Burgum or J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is adiaphorous. He stands for nothing.
The politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with are.
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
Bill Maher is officially on a roast rampage, and honestly, it's long overdue. He's not holding back, torching woke guests one after another, and his latest target, none other than CNN's go-to provocateur and full-time race baiter, Bari Weiss. Let's just say this wasn't an interview. It was a full-blown roast session with the heat of 1,000 suns. Lucky for you, I've got all the best moments wrapped up right here. So grab your popcorn. This firestorm makes a California blaze look like a backyard barbecue. But hey, before we dive in, smash that subscribe button. We're dropping raw, unfiltered takes every week, and you do not want to miss what's coming. Now, let's rewind to the moment Bari Weiss smugly brushed off J.D. Vance as an irrelevant pick for Trump's VP. Spoiler alert. That take didn't exactly age like fine wine.
The convention starts Monday.
Yeah. Maybe we'll postpone it.
Well, he's got to pick somebody over.
I would tell you that the only person who poses any fear for Democrats is probably Marco Rubio. Marco, he looks like the future. He has a great deal of experience. He can talk to Hispanic voters in ways and communicate in ways that otherwise Trump and Burgum would have trouble doing. And he's a notable opponent against Kamala Harris in the debate. And there's no concern over Burgum or J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is adiaphorous. He stands for nothing.
Well, look how that turned out. I wish I could have seen Bari Weiss's face when this clip resurfaced in glorious HD. He actually claimed, with a straight face, that Trump and J.D. Vance didn't stand a chance against Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That's like saying a paper straw could survive a Category 5 hurricane. Come on, seriously, you've got to wonder, how do these so-called political experts come up with this stuff? Is there a dartboard at CNN labeled with wild takes like Trump is toast and Kamala is relatable? Because this prediction felt like a late-night, wine-fueled spin. What exactly did Kamala Harris and Tim Walz stand for anyway? Anyone? Anything? While they were out there delivering word salads at press conferences and pretending the border crisis was just a mirage, Trump and J.D. Vance were actually planting their flag, defending women's sports from biological male overreach, standing up for free speech, and pushing back on government control, with a kind of backbone that's basically extinct in Washington. So again, I ask, what did Kamala and Walz represent? But hey, that's not even the main point of this video. So let's keep the clips rolling.
Yeah, the other thing is that Trump has a habit of going off the board, right? I mean, like, he likes the surprise.
This is going to be Apprentice.
It's going to be Kevin McCarthy.
He's going to make you all think around. He's going to make you guess where it is.
That's who it is right there.
He's going to make you sign up for
Yeah. And that's exactly what Trump did. While the media was busy playing checkers, Trump was playing 4D chess in a room full of people who didn't even bring a board. He kept everyone guessing, let the rumors swirl, and then boom, dropped J.D. Vance like a political plot twist no one saw coming. And guess what? It worked like a charm. Trump isn't just a loud guy with a mic, he's a strategist. Way more calculated than his critics will ever admit. While Democrats were busy mocking him, writing him off, and claiming he didn't stand a chance, Trump was quietly building a coalition, firing up his base, and plot twist, flipping battlegrounds they thought were in the bag. They said he was done. They said J.D. Vance wouldn't move the needle. Now, they're watching Trump and Vance charge toward the finish line, while Kamala and Walz are out here waving to crowds that don't even exist. At this point, underestimating Trump isn't just a mistake. It's the most reliable way to lose in American politics.
The challenge is Black America has switched off of Biden. They're not voting for Trump, but they're not turning out. So he has to win one of those three.
Well,
but if you put Virginia,
we haven't had the election yet. So
yeah, I know. I mean, Donald Trump got 8% of the black vote in 2020. In 2020.
He's 20% of the men.
He's polling 22%. The highest person
First of all,
in modern history is
Mr. Speaker, if you believe that Donald Trump's going to get 20% of the black vote, I will sell you a bridge in Brooklyn.
No, I don't. But I don't believe. I do not believe.
Of course they said Trump wouldn't get the black vote. Not if race hustlers like Barry Weiss had anything to say about it. These folks have built entire careers on pushing victimhood narratives, painting Trump as the bougie man lurking under every bed. They don't want empowerment, they want control. They'd rather keep the black community politically chained than let people think for themselves. But here's the twist they never saw coming. People are waking up. In Wisconsin, Trump's support among black voters skyrocketed, from just 8% in 2020 to a jaw-dropping 21% in 2024. That's not a fluke. That's a movement. In North Carolina, he went from 9% to 12%. And that's not just a bump, it's a signal. Across swing states, we saw a quiet but undeniable shift. Men and women who've had enough of broken promises, identity politics, and being told what to think. We're watching a political tide turn in real time. And no amount of CNN spin, Barry brand gaslighting, or recycled race-baiting talking points is going to stop it. Because more and more black Americans are choosing freedom over fear, truth over narrative, and results over rhetoric. And that's exactly what terrifies the establishment the most.
What do you make of the Democratic Socialists of America pulling its endorsement of AOC for not being sufficiently anti-Israel? Did that happen?
It did.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I mean,
I was like I was in the who cares category.
Yeah. Same. I'm just looking for. Honestly, I'd like for the Democratic Party to pull its support from the pro-Hamas wing of the Democratic Party. That would be.
Well, I actually think
this is.
I think that
even without but this you should care, because even without the age issue with Biden, there's going to be the Genocide Joe protesters at the convention. This is a split in the party.
But let me articulate this. I think that both parties have a real issue with anti-Semitism. And I don't think it has any place. I mean, I've seen the ads with the Star of David that you all ran in different House races.
Right.
I've heard the words that have come out of Donald Trump's mouth before. I mean, we can't turn a blind eye to the anti-Semitism that's in the Republican Party.
Here we go again. Same script, different spin. You see the game Barry Weiss is playing. First, he shrugs off the fact that the Democratic Socialists of America dropped their support for AOC. And why? Because apparently she wasn't anti-Semitic enough. Yeah, that's actually a deal breaker now. And when Bill Maher rightfully presses him on it, asking why the blatant anti-Semitism festering on the left isn't setting off alarms, Barry does what all seasoned deflectors do. He shifts the goalposts. Suddenly, it's not about the left anymore. No. He pulls a political pirouette and starts ranting about Republicans being more anti-Semitic than he is. Like that somehow cancels everything out. This is the grift. This is the hustle. Race hustlers like Barry aren't interested in truth. They're chasing clout, clicks, and cushy book deals. Outrage is their currency. Manufactured, performative, and polished just enough to go viral in the MSNBC echo chamber. They don't care who gets hurt.
The way I wanted to bring this full circle is that, yes, Democrats have to combat the anti-Semitism that's within our own party as well. It needs to be rooted out completely from both parties. That's my only point. It has no place. It has no place in the American political.
I agree. I obviously agree, and I personally have been targeted more than probably anyone else in America by alt-right anti-Semites, okay? Like, truly, by the statistics, as a conservative. Now, let me say that the vast disproportion of people who are anti-Semitic in America right now, unfortunately, I wish this were not true. I wish it were a non-bipartisan issue and there were no anti-Semitism, but the vast disproportion is inside the Democratic Party right now.
Jewish, black, white, conservative, liberal. None of it matters, as long as the check clears and the spotlight stays warm. The narrative can do a full 180 mid-sentence because at the end of the day, it's never been about justice. It's always been about relevance and revenue. And if that means turning a blind eye to the anti-Semitism erupting right in their own backyard, so be it.